Alright, so today I figured it was time to probably take this bed off because it's garbage and that's the one that's going to go on. But I'm going to take this off and have the frame sandblasted and painted, or I'll have it sandblasted and I'll paint it. And just the back half, it's, or more, I don't know, it's not really that bad. There's a couple rusty spots, but I figured while I got the bed off I might as well do it. So I pulled that liner out, and you can see there's a little bit of rust in here. It's kind of beat up. It's not really attached over here anymore, and it has some type of nest underneath the liner. So anyway, let's pull the liner off. They installed the connector for the fifth wheel over here. It's not hooked up, so I didn't unhook it. The other bed actually does have it hooked up and has all that wiring in there. It actually looks like they had it in the floor for a while. But anyway, so let's show you how to take the bed off. So a few things over here on the passenger side, right there. You see there's a 10mm screw for the ground strap. You have 8 bolts in the long bed. You got one there, one right there, and there'll be 2 in the rear. They'll be in the same spot on the other side as well. This one had some other crap added to it with the fifth wheel that I had to take off that I'm not gonna go into because that's really got nothing to do with what you guys might be doing. We had to take the tail lights off, so there's some screws in here. When you put the tailgate down, take those 2 screws out, pull it straight out, and don't break it. That probably was broken. This bed's all beat up. So undo the plug, remove the tail lights. So here's the plug. There will be some wiring kind of hooked up with these little push pins. I think there was some here. I think there was some over there. There's some on this side here as well as the other side. This side had this connector here that goes to the marker lights that are on the side of the bed. I'm guessing this is a dually only thing because you're not going to have that on a short bed. The other 2 bolts are going to be one here and one here. Also on the other side, right there and there. They are 18mm bolts. And so remove those. We'll be wiring back here. Your tail lights. Pull your wiring down from there. I believe the short bed has the ground strap up here on this side. I'm not exactly sure. I thought it was on this side, but I could be wrong. This had one of those aluminum covers instead of the actual flap, and they kind of like seized on there, so I had to rip it off to get at the bolts for the fuel neck. You might have a ground strap in there. This one doesn't. I don't know if a gas one would or anything, but there's 3 Torx bits or Torx screws in here that you got to take off. They were T25, and then that removes that. So right now this bed's just kind of sitting here, ready to come off. So I'm gonna hook it up with some straps and stuff, and we'll pull it off. So, let me show you why I'm having so much trouble, if you can see. Somebody tack welded the bed to the fifth wheel plates. So, that's my problem. I was trying to just twist it back and forth to break it free, but it isn't having it, so I'm gonna have to cut them off. Yes, so right there, the little tack weld is what was holding it on so hard. So yeah, now this all sandblasted. Probably take the tank off so we can get behind it. I'll take off this gooseneck hitch to clean behind it as well, and if I clean it up, I might put it back on. Let's see how it goes. So I'll pull a rear bumper off. I have another hitch. It's a class 5 hitch to replace this anyway, so I'm gonna put that on, and basically I want to kind of get off everything that's in the way of getting the frame all cleaned up and painted. Don't have to worry about the cab. The cab's getting changed as well. If you think I was being a little aggressive, that is why. So anyway, that's that. That's how you take off a dually bed, as long as you're changing the cab, and you can be that aggressive. If not, then, well, don't weld the bed to the frame like some people do. So yeah, here's the cab that's gonna go on. It is a 1500 cab. I believe all the cabs are the same. I just have to change the wiring over and the dash over. I have I'm gonna use the dash that's out of that. This one's cracked anyway. So yeah, swap the dash. I got another set of seats that are leather. I mean, this cab's from Texas, so there's absolutely zero rust on it, except for like, okay, that might be as much rust as it has, but it's pretty pristine everywhere. I just have to obviously put it on there and get it inspected to get the title changed over to get a state created VIN, because this one ain't gonna match, obviously, and it didn't come with a title, but it did come from a licensed salvage yard, so shouldn't be a problem. But you can kind of see under here, it's pretty clean. So it'd be nice if I could find a friend. It'd be you know, it'd be nice if I could just get a Southern truck. Up here in New England, it's very difficult to get something without rust on it. So I figured I'd make it. So like I said, I'm gonna pull that cab off. I might pull the cab off before you sandblast. That way I can get what might be underneath the cab. There ain't much under the cab. The only place there is some more is up here and on the front axle, but I'm not super worried about that. Like I say, if I get the cab off, you can get everything under the cab. You can see it's really, I mean, it's surface stuff. If you're in New England, you know that's not a big deal. But like I say, maybe we'll get it all done at the same time and not have to worry about it. Yeah, so if you're wondering, the reason I'm changing the cab is you got some rust on the back side of the rockers here, some holes coming through. It's the same thing that happened to my other one. It rusted on the back side first, and then it came through the front. You cannot get these inside panels anymore. I haven't found them in the aftermarket, and they don't stock them through the dealer anymore. So basically nobody makes this panel yet. Anyway, I don't know if they ever will, but my other one, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do about it. I have the outside and in the middle rocker, or the outside and the inner rocker. I don't have the floor sill panel, which is what that is. So yeah, I might pull this cab off first before we sandblast, and then we'll just kind of get it all at the same time while I'm doing it. It doesn't make sense, I guess, to kind of not do it while I got it apart. But anyway, so we got the cab off. Not the cab off, but we got the bed off. One step at a time. So this will be basically the beginning of the whole body swap that we're gonna do. Let's say that bed had a lot of good about it, but there's a lot of bad about it. It's kind of cut up and there's some rust here or there, but for the most part it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's kind of a shame because some of the panels were actually really good. This one here came from Pennsylvania. I had this one, I had the bottom of this one sandblasted, and I painted it with that Southern polyurethane epoxy primer. I don't know if you can probably see because I don't have a flashlight, but it's it looks pretty good still. I was concerned because like it was rusting along these ribs underneath here, or there was flaking anyway, and I had, like I said, I had this whole bottom sandblasted. What was concerning me was like underneath the ribs and like inside of them, because you can't really get much inside them. But I mean, I guess it is what it is, without going and buying another one from somewhere down south. But I don't know. So anyway, that is that. Like I said, once we get this all done up, I can hook up the engine's running. But anyway, so I'm dragging this out. So anyway, we got the bed off, and yeah. So hope that helps anybody. Thanks for watching.